You know, the military courts have concurrent jurisdiction. I could very easily challenge the venue of this proceeding. The people Sergeant Meacham works for, however, don't want this to look like they whisked him off in the dead of night to be tried by an overly sympathetic jury.
You mean they don't want the press to think that?
It's not our granddaddy's war.
Well, to spare the military any harmful press, I'm willing to drop the attempted murder charge.
I didn't shoot him.
All this because George happened to be in the same city as Elliot the night he was shot.
He was around the corner from the shooting?
The weapon was military issue.
Yes, it was. In the list of physical evidence sent over by your office, I didn't see a ballistics report indicating that George's sidearm was, in fact, the weapon in question. I'm sure that was just an oversight.
The testing wasn't completed at the time of the arrest.
Well then, perhaps we'd better wait before either of us commits to anything. Okay, now, you testified that a cabbie told you he dropped off Mr. Elliot at a club called Lotus. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Did the cabbie tell you anything else?
He said that Elliot told him he would return to Iraq the following day.
Did you want Frank Elliot dead?
Yes.
So you, in fact, felt an obligation to take matters into your own hands?
Yes.
Please tell us why.
Stop him from causing the death of any more American soldiers.
She's funny.
Really? In what way?
I don't know how to describe it, but there's something so unique about the way she goes about her business.
Unique?
Yes. Just to give you an idea. Later that day, when she went back out, she tried to help this blind woman crossing the street.
Mr. Chenko, this isn't the type of thing I'm very interested in.
No, let me...
No, I'm running late for an appointment.
She was so condescending to the poor woman that the woman practically had to kick her away from her.
It's time to establish contact.
Contact? That's not what I meant.
Getting to talk to her.
I don't think so.
Wait, just a second. Wait, it's money, right? It's always money. Just a minute, I have something for you. Here. Take it.
These are quetzales from Guatemala, for crying out loud.
There's a money exchange right down the street.
Martini buys, say, $10 million worth of oil. Takes it to a U.S. safety warehouse operation, says, "Please, sirs, will you store my oil for me?" Except that in the dark of night, Martini goes back to the storage facility and siphons all the oil out of the tanks.
Now the kitchen.
Banks got nervous, sent their own inspectors in to check out the oil tanks. Quite a scam he pulled off.
It's all right.
Put the Atlantic Ocean and the tanks in Bayonne, where there was supposed to have been diesel, more than $2 billion worth.
My.
Bayonne and elsewhere, up and down the East Coast.
This relates to me how?
Martini, to get himself started, needed a nut of $10 million. Not the sort of capital handed over unsecured to a twice-convicted felon by commercial banks.
Some concerned citizen was apparently provoked by my writing.
Hey, these people die while we're sitting here. You're looking at the spike, Matthew.
The spike?
Lethal injection, 20 cc's of potassium chloride pumping through your veins.
You're getting yourself all worked up, detective.
Maybe I'll work you up.
Hey, all right. Let's start with where you were Friday evening around 7 o'clock.
The Metropolitan Museum is open late. It's free. They have cocktails, a pianist. It's one of the last civilized things about this city.
Did you speak to anybody?
Not that I recall.
What about Tuesday morning?
I was out.
Out where?
Out and about.
Because of Matthew's mental instability.
Objection! Objection!
Sit down, Mr. Odell. Mr. Odell, could you please explain to the jury what you mean by mental instability?
She can't ask that! I won't allow it!
I'm not your lawyer.
Do something.
The question is permissible, Mr. Odell. Sit down, or I'll have you removed.
When Matt was in his late teens, he started deteriorating psychologically. In In his 20s, he was in and out of psychiatric hospitals.
I'm not crazy!
1975, 1983.
You can't know that!
Mr.
There
Odell!
are doctor's reports. He would fixate on some injustice that had some German
Get out,
prince.
Order!
I am not mentally
Order in the
ill. Don't
court.
believe a word of it.
Mr.
I have
Odell,
an IQ
please.
of 163. They don't want you to know that. I'm as sane as anyone in this court.
I like the color of that wall. Maybe I'll pick it for my living room.
Isn't it too dark?
Good match for my life.
Life. Dark like the color of wine. Maybe in my country, Russia's the color of blood. But in your country, when life is sad, you say it's blue. I have a Brazilian friend who told me that when life is good, everything is blue, but when things are bad, everything is black.
Maybe I'll just paint it white. It'll be a little less confusing.
For the Chinese, white is the color of mourning.